Today's freight train derailment also delayed AMTRAK travelers. One train heading westbound from North Dakota got rerouted from New York Mills back to Detroit Lakes after the tracks were closed. And those passengers tell our Scott Sheehan the wait was long and cold.
Cold, tired, and frustrated. Those were some of the passengers' feelings on a westbound AMTRAK train heading to Staples from North Dakota. The train was forced to stop and wait on the tracks for over 4 hours after a freight train derailed near Wadena, spilling over 30 cars full of sugar.
We stopped about 6 o'clock. I noticed the sun coming up. We weren't moving. It was about 3 hours later that we were informed as why we were stopped. And we weren't even informed. I overheard people talking about it, the staff. And probably an hour after that, one of the cafe people announced over the loudspeaker for the conductors to please let us know what was going on. Probably 15 minutes later, we had a message saying that there was a derailment ahead and they were trying to work out a plan as to what to do.
A spokesman from AMTRAK says they rerouted the train back to Detroit Lakes, where they had charter buses transfer their passengers. However, passengers say the wait was long and cold.
One conversation I had was with a lady who was in one of the cars that had lost the heat, and she had woke up and there was no one else in the train. Everyone else had been escorted and moved to different spots on the train except for herself, and she was unaware that we had been stopped for 3 hours at that point without any heat.
The train always remained on power. The train always had its hotel systems functioning. It was much safer to keep people on the train than to have them be outside in these weather conditions.
AMTRAK says they plan on housing their passengers in Chicago that were unable to make their connections, and they extend their apologies to the travelers. Despite the delays, some of the travelers say this won't deter them from riding the rails in the future.
No, because I know that it was just a small little problem because those trains aren't made for the coldness.
I did have a wonderful experience on my way to North Dakota, so I know the train ride can be a good experience, and I hope it doesn't deter people. I just hope it gets AMTRAK to help put a better emergency plan in place.
Scott Sheehan, Lakeland News.
And Minnesota's Department of Transportation says drivers should expect delays until the derailed train is cleaned up around the Wadena area.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.